Okay, folks. So, it's the third day TEW 2020 has been out, and we already had one delay from Adam, so that's interesting. I want to start off by saying that basically I already have played the game a bit, and honestly, I understand the problem people have with the actual what's the word I'm looking for, with the actual UI and everything. But honestly, like the things like the and I understand like people have like some problems with like how stuff is now laid out. Like yeah, like this. Yeah, I admit it doesn't look great, but with the new skins that are already out, it already makes it look a lot better. And unfortunately, like I honestly think there's not a great way to actually do much when it comes to the to do much when it actually comes to what you would call like how much information is here. Like I know there's been some people who've like put up some like actual like ideas, and great for them. But I think like yeah, it's kind of obvious that like even though Adam's still pretty good at like actually coding the parts, like the actual game parts, even though we might all like complain about specific portions of like the auto booker and such. But honestly, like the part of the that's all really complicated, and honestly nobody's done that part better. But people have done like the UI part better of stuff like this, so like maybe you should have done that in a previous game or something. But we're not going to focus on that too much. Because like the actual game part is still fun because it's TW, and we're all wrestling geeks, and this is sort of the stuff that we like. But what I am going to do is I will go ahead and we're going to play a game. Basically, not a game, but what am I saying? Um, words. Words are hard. Uh, yeah, we're going to play a quick little test save. It's going to be basically, we're going to start in Canada because that's sort of like I don't say the new impressive thing, sort of like the one of the new interesting things. And we'll play that for a bit, see how it goes, and maybe tomorrow, I might do this a little earlier since obviously doing this at 9 o'clock Pacific is sort of in this weird time when like nobody's up, because it's like it's like morning in like Europe, but God knows how many people are in Europe and would watch this. But anyway, I'll play for a bit. Maybe I'll play a little more during tomorrow, and yeah, we'll just see how this all goes. Um, so what we're going to do is we're going to yes, I know this is the retail version. I also haven't updated to the newest version of the game just because like I've had no real problems yet. So so TEW Canada test or TEW Canada, yeah. Obviously, most of these are going to get deleted because why not? And yep, run, run, run. Let that run. Save it. Come on. I'm actually kind of interested in how people are going to deal with what you would call what you could interestingly call man, words are hard. Um, anyway, yeah, I understand how like people are going to build mods because I've tried to build mods before, and what people said is actually a little easier to do. So maybe my like fantasy mod based on an alternate 1983 where we actually have some competition WWE during the territory days might make sense, or it might be even harder. So who knows? But what we're going to do is we are going to find in the CWA. So basically, I don't like throwing somebody completely new in here and taking over, but what we can do is let's say, um, is who's a good guy? Basically, my idea is the backroom deal is basically, you know, the CGC side got their 2 years of Ethan Garcia as a booker, and now after 2 years, you know, basically the north of the border guys get a shot. So basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a Shot and Fly because it'll make people book, but make easier, more liable to actually putting folks over, and also why not have some fun with things. So, alrighty. Let's take a look here. So yeah, so I'm gonna have Steve Nicole, or not Steve Nicole. Words are hard. Sean McFly, because she's a great wrestler, and with me, he'll put over people easier. Who knows? So preferences wise, we're getting rid of the new style colored lists. I'm turning off Fog of War just because it's Sean McFly. He knows how good people are in. I'm turning on mandatory event booking just because that actually is interesting to have. And then I'm turning on drag and drop booking because I like doing that. I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's basically it. Yeah, everything else is wacky. I'll edit it obviously, and for user talents, what I'm gonna do is basically have him be like sort of like, yeah, the industry veteran. So we'll apply that template. So basically, Sean McFly can't talk because he's Sean McFly. He's not great at diplomacy, but he's decent motivating people, leadership, all that good stuff. So we're gonna play this character, and yes, Sean is going to be the new booker. Because this is fun because it is a TV product, so you can do stuff weekly, and also more interestingly, like it's a combination of the sports scent fed of CGC and the pure your pure sport of north of the border. So yeah, XTV is Championship Wrestling in 2 days. Total Elimination 3 is in 12 days. So yeah, we got $1.5 million to spend. We're 8th in the world. So yeah, so if we sort of look at the product is basically quasi your classical bounce sports, and so we got 75-25 as far as your TV ratios. You don't want dangerous, controversial, high blade match types because your sports head fans don't like that, and your pure blood fans don't want that either. Matches less than 15 minutes have caps. Overbooked matches, they need to be really good. No cinematic style matches, no eye candy matches, no death matches. No angles based on sex appeal. Hardcore still not used. We need to have a storytelling match. Wrestlers need gimmicks and tennis space, wrestling, etc., etc., etc. So yeah, nothing too off the wall here. Titles. So yeah, I kind of hate the fact they took away the Ed Henson Memorial Tag Team Cup. I might just edit this to be the Ed Henson. But anyway, our world champion is Christian Price, former lackey comedy babyface turned major heel. I still find it kind of hilarious the unification match was not between a Decolt and a Stone, because that was what every diary writer would do. Which sort of proves we kind of put it on Adam, but that's actually interesting. World Tag Team titles are Cam and Sid. Again, I actually kind of find it kind of cool that Jack and Ricky were the first tag champs. Women's champion is Amber Allen. TV champion is Mr. Impact. So if we actually now look at our, let's just first look at our creative so we can go over the top guys. So yeah, Aaron Knight from Aaron Identity, Cameron Vesey, Sean McFly, aka me, and Christian Price are our top guys. Next big things include Brooke Tyler, Mr. Impact, and Laura Flame. Hot prospects include Dante Dunn, still, Sidney Wildstyle, Jessica Conroy, Talk the Talk, all the Decolts, and Decolt related people. Drake Young, Cam Vesey, Showstoppers, all the people you would expect. In general, who do you expect? Who's hot? Again, who do you expect? Who's not? Yeah. Yeah, we're not going to hire anybody because we already have 56 people on the freaking roster. Jesus. Yeah, we might need just a B show if we're going to have anybody. But yeah, finance size. Yeah, if we go over the actual roster. So, and again, I realize this is this is again unlike a lot of people, I actually like the change in booking because if you want to make sure somebody's actually popular who's a star, you can always just double check their popularity. But with this, you know who's like actually have a fans receiving. Because like if somebody's like, you know, a 65 but a star, that means you can book them against somebody who's a 75, and you'll naturally make credit for the 75 versus 75. Cool, you know, that I find way more interesting than saying, "Oh, this guy's 66, this guy's 72, so that is better than 68 versus 67 or whatever," you know. But and let's just actually also limit this to wrestlers or role. Yeah, any wrestlers, and we'll just like look at all the non-wrestler people in a bit here. So actual wrestlers. So our top, basically our top guys, former Iron Identity. He has a game gimmick that's great. He has Red Hot and Mantum. So basically he's like our super hot baby face, which is great, you know. Cameron Vesey. I still kind of like most people not, but again, like, but this is the interesting thing. It's like sometimes, like, you know, the Cornell versus canon changes are totally different from what's actually going on. But yeah, he's really good. He's solid. Christian Price, you know, he he turned heel, chosen one, you know, that's really fun. And then Sean McFly is Sean McFly. Like, he's still a great worker. Like, I mean, he's not like the god worker that, you know, people, you know, sometimes want him to be. But, you know, like, that's actually kind of cool that, like, you know, he's what's the word I'm looking for here? Words are hard. Yeah, I mean, he's, you know, basically late era. Yeah, he's like your late era Shawn Michaels, Harley Race, Ric Flair type. Like, you know, he's still really good, but he's not like, you know, the god he was like even a couple years ago. So we'll go back to the actual stars. Again, Jack and Ricky, like, again, they're just a step below, partly because they're, you know, a little older. You know, Jack's what? Jack is 42, Ricky's 35. And then we have Hushan Delay, who's Shooter, who's 34. Like, and these guys, like, I mean, Jack's probably getting close to retirement-ish age, but like both Ricky and Sean, like, they still have a solid like 5 years of top guys that they could be done before they really start slipping. And then well known. This is a lot more. So first we have our women. So we got Amber Allen, Brooke Tyler, 62, Lauren Easter, 56. Who's the other? Okay, so like, yeah, these are like the three main women. And, you know, we got Amber Allen being a babyface. We've got Brooke Tyler being a heel because she's Brooke Tyler. And then we've got Lauren Easter, you know, who's been around forever in the game as, you know, basically, I don't want to say a direct ripoff of Sasha Banks, but kind of a direct ripoff of Sasha Banks. But let's see here. Yeah. And then for the rest, we've got Cam Jones, who, yeah, he was in North of the Border, and he's part of the main heel group, which, that's one thing I don't like, is we should have, like, a new heel group. Like, I understand why they made it be in the Elite, but, like, you know, why not have it be somebody else? I might actually make some changes like that. Dante Dunn, you know, he's been around for not forever, but he's still young. So, like, he's basically like Kofi Kingston in like the early 2010s. Like, he's been around seemingly forever, but he's still like pretty young. Eric Strong, former MAW guy. It's really weird. His last name is Strong, but he has like no connection to the Strongs. Like, but he's getting pretty over, so that's positive. George Wolf, again, part of the MAW, and he came in. Yeah, he's basically a wrestler. Like, he's just a guy. He's your, like, you know, bland mid-card dude. Jared Johnson, yeah. He used to be part of the Aces. Watson went over to TCW, and he's solid. Lee Rivera, former Thirst Seeker. And Adam finally did what I think basically every what sort of word I'm working here? Yeah, basically, yeah, he did what basically every single, like, that your writer, I think, has done. And basically said, okay, he's now the warrior of a serious heel, no longer like Thrill Seeker. Mark Griffin, he's a guy. That's it. He's a guy. He's a perfectly reasonable guy. Mountie Man. Yeah, like, it's weird that he was part north of the border. But yeah, he's Mountie Man. What else can you do? Mr. Impact, former QRC. Yeah. Again, like, a lot of these guys are like, I think, like, they kind of all look the same. I mean, part of that is like who made the like pictures, but like they're all kind of all blandish white dudes, and then Skip Bew, who got turned on. Yeah, he was turned on by Iron Identity. And yeah, he's actually interesting because he actually has some pretty solid like charisma and microphone skills, like mid 60s, low 70s, which compared to like other guys, like like even Dante, like Dante has a lot higher stat quality, but like he has like not great like talking skills. But like of the mid card guys, basically, yeah, like he's the only guy who can probably like do a really decent promo. And then Sid, speaking of people who can't do decent promos, but yeah, he's a tag guy. And so going down to recognizable. So yeah, let's go over the women first, just because they're easier to find. So we got Laura Flame, who was another like women's wrestler. Yeah, she was trained by Hell Monkey, which I think has been part of basically every single like mentioned in every single like Diron Grey Dog that she's part of. She's she's new. She has a great gimmick. She has solid star appeal, not the best. Like, she has decent like talking skills, but like, yeah, she actually could be an interesting future thing. We got Nadia Stowe, aka formerly the A List, which I think is now the Queen's Court. Yeah. So yeah, she's actually interesting because like her like wrestling skill isn't like the best. Well, I mean, it's still solid, but like she can be awesome as possibly like the lead women's heel. Because I find her far more interesting than Brooke Tyler as a character, which might go into how I book things. But yeah. And then Nina, like, yeah, she was formerly a psycho ballerina. Honestly, like, I mean, she actually is kind of charismatic, which is shocking, but like, she's just a person on the roster, honestly, to me. And then we've got Sally Ann Christian, who is, yeah, she's, as it says right under, she's bland. Like, she'll be probably kept on the roster for a while because she's not bad, but like, she'll never really be seriously pushed. And now for the men, we've got Alex Winters. Yeah, so he's a new guy who's part of the tag team with Flip Simpkins. So yeah, they're sort of the new babyface tag team, which, yeah, they obviously have to get better at things, but that'll be interesting to do. Antonio Del Vecchio, who's been part of the mid card there forever. Again, decent mid card guy. Blockbuster. Yeah, so basically he's Gargantuan who kind of failed, and honestly, he might be quickly deemed surplus to requirements. Surplus to our needs, because he's not that over, he's not that good. Like, even his menace isn't that great. Like, I honestly might, I don't want to say I might like put him out the pasture pretty quickly here, but I might put him out the pasture pretty quickly here. Let me look at his contract real quick. Ooh, yikes. That's actually interesting. So yeah, David Stone, and yeah, he's obviously a future star because he's David fucking Stone. But he's kind of not a good talker. But what can you do? Derek Frost, again, another perfectly fine mid-card guy. German Ayers, yeah. He's in a tag team with Mark Grayson, yeah. A perfectly fine tag team, you know. Eli Kane is a... Yeah, okay, so they used to be part of the Good Old Boys. So this is basically your, like, Luke Harper. Well, this is, like, your slightly worse, like, Luke Harper and, like, yeah, this basically if, like, oh god, now I'm forgetting his name. Uh, God, the guy who, the guy who's part of, oh god. See, this shows you haven't watched WWE in a while. Who's released? Oh, you know who I was who I'm talking about. Anyway, like yeah, the big guy. Basically, if there's two big guys, so I might see if I can actually like put them over a little bit in like some sort of like some wild brawls and see if they get over. We've got Jason Thunder. Oh nope, no we don't. We have Diablo de Var. Okay. He's a mid card guy. He's I mean he's sexy. So yeah, so basically he's around to get Ricky's leftovers after the show. We got Jason Thunder, yeah, Jason Thunder and Lightning Omis, another solid tag team. Mark Dubois, the return of Dark Dubois. Yeah, Yeah, the interesting is Dubois was just gone in 2016. So like he's still a solid guy. He's kind of old. Like what is he? He's yeah. Well, he's not even that old. He's still 32. So it's not even like possible that like he would like he can't be a star. But like I just wonder if he can put over. Omar, yeah, yeah. I don't want to say Omar's maybe quickly, yeah, he probably not going to be around for a while. Princeton Price, um, he's a young guy, not much to say about him. Robbie Griffin, Mark Griffin's brother. Yeah, Rob DeLay, Dan DeLay's son. So yeah, he's interesting. And then Sunny Wildside, like, what's the word I'm looking for here? Yeah, he has like some insane aerial skills. Yeah, aerial flashiness. He's a flippy dude, and that's interesting because that means like he can be part of like a new high flying division and then go from there. Uh, so if we go from there to Unimportant, actually not that many people in Unimportant, which I'm kind of shocked by. So again, just go over the women first. We got Aerial Breaks. I think she's new, and she's fairly new. Yeah, I mean she's solid. Again, maybe can be worked a little more, but not the best, not the worst either. Um, not exactly great, but she can be like part of the roster. Claire Winters, she's interesting because she's like, again, I think she's new, or she may have been part of Queens American Wrestling. I forget. I don't care that much. But regardless, like yeah, she's solid. Again, nothing great, but good, decent star quality and decent sex appeal, so that's a positive. But yeah. Then we got Demilza White, who's also yeah. She's like yeah, she's older. Um, she's almost 40, which is probably why she's not being pushed as hard as Nadia. Um, but yeah, like yeah, like Nadia's yeah. I mean, she'll. I mean, I'm probably just gonna use her as a female jobber. Like, I don't want to put it like that, but let's be honest about that. Like, that's probably the reality of things. Is she's going to be a female jobber, and that's about it because she's not that great, and yeah, she's not that over anymore. Just Conway, yeah, is part of Nadia's new women's group. Or not new, but like she's also young. Yeah, she's 20. Oh, okay, that's why, because she's in Sing Star. Okay, so yeah, she's basically a future star if we don't screw up her booking, which makes sense. Then Nadia Tomorrow, Demerco. Yeah, she's just flashy, not great at anything else. But yeah, again, also young, 25. And then we got Senator Shrine, who's also young. Again, I didn't realize they had this big a women's like division. But yeah, after that we got Zoamis. Yeah, she's interesting because like she's getting older, like 34, but she's real solid. Um, yeah, sex appeal, star quality, actually kind of charismatic. Probably the only reason why she's not being pushed as part of the other girls is that she's a little older than them. But anyway, go over the guys. We have Chucky Dorrance, who's, yeah, he's not great. We got Dapper Danny Draper, who's a young guy. He's a dude. He's nothing special. Let's see here. We got Hank Gunn, who's a new graduate. So yeah, he's not even on the show yet. And then we got Solomon Gold, who's another guy who just graduated recently from, yeah. I think that's it for the roster. Let's see. Yeah, unimportant. So we got any perception. Let's say any unscreened personality. Oops, that's not right. That seems incorrect. Well, here, we can just go over the whole roster and just like click the guys who aren't obviously part of the roster. Okay, so Aiden Garcia, he's a heel commentator, he's Steve Booker, and yeah, he's basically Bobby the Brain Heenan. In the like, he's basically 1990s Bobby Heenan. What's the word I'm looking for here? 1990 Bobby Heenan, if he was yeah, basically 1990s WWE Bobby Heenan when he was like no longer a manager. Alan Gray, he's a referee, he counts. Let's see here, who else? Davis, yeah, he's the lead announcer. He's solid. Let's see here, Eugene, another guy who can count to 3. Faith, yeah, she used to be Joey Poise's manager in CGC. He wasn't picked up for CGC, or he might be too old. And now she manages Thunder and Lightning, which makes sense. Haley Hunter, yeah, 20. See, wrestling. A 29-year-old is part of Generation Z. See, there should be somebody younger, but we'll put up with it because it's wacky. Yeah, she's another babyface announcer. Jenny Playmate, she's a heel, and now she manages Jenny Lee Rivera because of course she would, because they're real life boyfriend. We got Jeremy Stone. I believe he's just retired. Yeah, he's a road agent. Johnny Bloodstone. Wait. Okay, he must be booked as an occasional wrestler. That's interesting because he didn't pop up. But yeah, you all know who Johnny Bloodstone is. He used to be the CGC guy. Now he used to be like the North of the Border guy, but now he's old, and now he's a partial wrestler. Yeah, I thought it was weird he wasn't on that part of the roster, but there he is now. Jonathan Taylor, again, referee. Let's see if there's anybody else of interest. Tom Townsend, yeah, is basically the other. Yeah, he's the heel commentator. And then, yeah, and that's basically it for the actual roster. If we look at teams, like, yeah, they actually have a pretty solid, I don't know what you would call it, a pretty solid, like, tag team division. Because you got Gen Z, Brothers Kane, Cult Boys, Dynamite Express, Griffin Family, Montreal. Like, it's a sort of, like, mid-card as hell tag division, but it's pretty solid. Like, it can take up some time on the undercard if we need it. And then stables, we've got the Queen's Court, which is Nadia Snow, Jess Conroy and Deborah Young, who's just the muscle. I must have missed. For those who don't know where who Deborah Young is, she's basically, yeah, a big, tough woman. The Elite is Christian Price, Cam Jones, Sid Hollier, Blockbuster, Drake Young. Again, somebody else who I must have missed on the actual roster. But Drake Young is basically like he basically, he used to be a wrestler for CGC, but he got turned into a manager, and now here he is. He's now the manager for the Elite. So figurehead, yeah, we don't have a figurehead yet. So that's interesting. Storylines. Okay, so we got storylines. It's basically Eric Knight versus Cameron Vesey as sort of our top thing. We got Tag Team Turmoil versus Thunder and Lightning versus Thunder and Lightning versus the words. Words are hard. Thunder and Lightning versus the Express. God dang it, I forget what they're called again. The Revival. Yeah, they're the Revival, but in CGC. We got this interesting thing where, yeah, Amber Allen is basically, okay, so yeah, basically they are doing what I would do. And they're setting up basically the whole Queen's Court going up against Amber Allen, which means Amber Allen probably needs some friends. Gen Z taking on the Brothers Kane. Okay. We got intergender conflict, so yeah, Christian Price going after Sean McClay. And then Brooke Tyler versus Lord Easter. So this means there's some people without storylines, including the Colts, which, again, even in a world where the Colts are getting older, I highly doubt that the Colts would not be getting this big, like, would not be getting pushed anymore. And also, I forgot to mention, on the actual roster, I believe, yeah, Steve DeColt, and yeah, he's basically the evil CEO, which I actually kind of like. So, okay. So let's actually take a look here. Wait, okay. So the one thing that you should notice is the roster is freaking huge, and we only have a single TV show. Now, I would probably, if I was doing this as an actual, like, long-term save, and I might actually do this after, like, one of the shows here, like, one of the big shows here anyway, I would actually add a B show, basically so that mid-carders get on the show. But yeah, so again, if we look at the actual roster, and we just use the screen because it's easier. So basically, the people without storylines right now are, I forget, it doesn't count. Okay. See, this is one thing I dislike is, like, I like the fact that the perception means if you bring a retired guy on screen, fans will still buy him as a big deal, but it also means it's annoying as heck that to actually figure out who's actually available. So, out of our stars, see, Jack, Ricky, and Shooter all don't have storylines, and I believe that's also true. Yeah, like, a lot of our mid-card guys don't have sort of, like yeah, Johnny Bloodstone doesn't. So yeah, I think I'm going to actually look over the roster and just figure out who doesn't have a storyline and who doesn't. This actually, like, will show you, like, what like my booking styles are like, which is just thinking way too much. But anyway, if we go back to the events and showdowns, so yeah, it's interesting that they what things they've kept from each old show. Like, some of it, like, some of this I would actually go back into, like, probably TEW 2016 and figure out which show names I actually, like, enjoy more. Like, like Super Slam and Summer Smash, like I understand what they're doing here, but like this Super Slam Summer Smash sound very much like the names of the shows your local indie does because they can't use SummerSlam and WrestleMania. So I might go into like TEW16, figure out what the names are for those guys, and go from there. But yeah, Wrestle Festival. Yeah, I mean, again, like it's major. See, this is something I don't like. This should be like a big show. Like, yeah, yeah. Again, act. Hmm. Hmm. I mean, this doesn't matter as much because it's not a huge show. Like, yeah, and also like I find it interesting. Like, Ultimate Showdown is now the big show, not the Wrestle Festival. But I guess that what happens when you're north of the border is like sort of the bigger company. But anyway, I'm just sort of rambling now because I forgot to do the thing I was going to. Anyway, we'll advance to the next like actual TV show, and then from there, what we'll do is we'll figure out what we're going to do with like the rest of the roster. Well, we'll figure out what our lineup for the pay per view is going to be because remember, Total Elimination, I think in canon is supposed to be a show of all three versus three elimination matches, which is interesting, but also means some like weird build up and some weird matches where like certain people just like aren't there. I don't say not there, but like you know what I'm saying. Okay. Yeah, I know we have goals. Yeah. Okay. So let's see what wacky things. Nope, that's not it. So let's take a look at our owner goals. Okay, CWA. Okay, so you want to make money. Want more? Okay. 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 Let's let me just search that last one because that one's interesting to me. Reputation. Oh, okay. That's actually not that bad then. Well, let me actually reset. Okay, never mind. I think I might have been thinking of something else. But anyway, okay, so looking at our storylines. So total elimination lineup. We've got obviously. So we've got two big things. We've got yeah. So we can do basically Aaron Knight, determined versus Cam Vesey, to be determined, and then we can do Sean McFly, to be determined, versus Christian Price, to be determined, and then for the women, we can do Brooke Tyler, to be determined, versus what is it, Nadia Snow. I'll double check the names in a second here. Jessica Courtney and Deborah Allen. See, this is why it's important to have, yeah, Jessica Conroy and Deborah Young. Okay. And the other thing we can do here is add in the tag temp. So we can do Thunder Lightning. And we can also do, what is it? Yeah. See, I would put these, but these guys are not over enough at all. Oops. I forgot. This is babyface is Amber Owl. Okay. And then we'll have, what is it? Lost versus franchise. So yeah, Lauren Easter. I don't say like this will just basically be the other women in the show, but like probably. Okay. And then just because it's part of, so we'll have the brothers Kane and a heel partner taking on Gen C and a heel partner. Now, at that point, that's 30 people on the show, which is probably most of our. So now, looking at things, let's look at our roster real quick and do a quick search. And we'll do a reset. We'll do first stars. Okay. So yeah, Jack and Ricky and Shooter Sean. So Shooter Sean can be part of the heels, and yeah, like this can be, and this even like digs into the like the generation gap thing. So those guys are sorted. And then we got well known. Okay. So we've got Dante Dunn. Okay. So we got among the baby faces, we got Dante Dunn, Eric Strong, a babyface. Yeah, he's a babyface. Wolf was a heel, and so is Jared Johnson. Okay, so we got George Wolf and Jared Johnson. And I don't want to say like, yeah, I'm probably going to keep Bloodstone off this like cycle of TV. And we also got Lee Rivera. I believe the Griffin brothers. Oops, I believe the Griffin brothers are heels. No, they're their baby faces. Okay, that's I totally didn't realize that. Mountain Man is a heel, and Mr. Impact is a heel. Skip View is a babyface. So we have basically we have like an open spot here, and we kind of want this to like be our like, I don't want to say like babyface, but we want this to sort of like be our what's word I'm looking for here? Yeah, this we sort of want to be like a Young Guns match. So I think what we'll do is we'll put Skip in with Gen Z and George Wolf in with the brothers. Oh, ooh. No. I think that's good. So no, actually, yeah. Well, no, because I have an idea for Johnson. Okay. So okay, I think all we need is 6 matches because again, these matches are going to be a little longer. So again, let's look at recognizable. Again, wrestlers. So let's first, because I want to like sort of like figure out a decent babyface team. Where are you? Disposition. There we go. Face. So yeah, we got Alex, David, Diablo, Phil. Well, yeah, Thunder and Lightning. These guys all have stuff to do. Sally Ann. So again, Sally Ann can be part of our like possible baby faces. So we got Alex. David Stone, and Sunny Wellside. If that all sounds like some flippy guys who can do flippy stuff, you're thinking along the right lines. And then if we do a search, these guys who are heels, we've got Del Vecchio, Blockbuster, Frost, Ayers, Laura Flame, the Montreal Mafia, which I believe is the Irish is part of that. We've got Unica Case, Omar Brown, Princeton Price, and Robin DeLay. So since, like, yeah, we're going to use these guys, so let's just actually do a quick thing where we female, any perception, wrestler, babyface. So yeah, a lot of newbies, but I think, yeah, we can put in. So I think the idea is we'll put Sally Ann in as part of because like this is also sort of like a new generation thing, and we'll also put in Claire Winters. Yeah. Wait, how long has she's been here longer? Claire's been here. Okay, so yeah, Claire's like new, but Zoe's listening, right? Yeah, okay. So yeah, okay. So that makes, okay, so that limits Amber. So we got Ariel Breaks, Claire Winters, Natalie DeMarco, and Sandra Shine. And for the heel side of things, we've got Demelza Wade, Nina Case. I really think that's it, because, yeah, Nadia has a match. No, Laura Flame. Okay. Okay, so yeah. Basically, and then the last thing we're going to do is we're going to have sort of a future, what I'm going to deem a future shock match, which is basically just going to be an excuse to put all my like newbie guys. So, okay, so just to make sure, oops, I totally forgot to add the women. I am not smart at all. I am not smart. It was Claire Winters, and who was the other newbie girl? Hold on. Push. Okay. It's Sandra Shine or Natalie DeMarco. It's supposed to be Laura Easter, Claire Winters. actually, I think I'll put, yeah. Okay, yeah, that makes sense as a sort of a booking thing. Okay. So again, to go over the show, like the co-main event is going to be basically the Elite versus Cam Vesey and Thunder and Lightning. Then we have of Generation. Ooh, I totally forgot to do another heal. Screw it. V gets his shot. So basically, it's a heal group of Christian Price, Shooter Sean, and Riviera. Basically they can use the angle of like, we've always been held down by the Decolts and McFlys. Our top women's feud is the women's champion of Amber Allen, taking on Nadia Snow, Jessica Conway, and Deborah Young of the Queen's Court, and Lord Abraham's backup, longtime Fed member Sally-Ann Christian, and Zoe Amos, former Agent 69. We won't say this. And as sort of another battle, we have Lauren Easter and two young guns and Sandra Shine and Natalie Duarco together with Brooke Tyler, Laura Flame, and Nelson Wade. We have a new generation battle of Jim Z and Skip View taking on Brothers Kane and George Wolfe. And then we've got a 6-way wacky match with Dante Dunn, Eric Strong, David Stone, Samuel Saw, Jared Johnson, and Robin DeLay, where the winner of the match will get a TV title shot. So let's actually book the stuff that I think would be already set up. So we got 3v3 elimination. So we got Aaron Knight, Sid Collier, Cam Jones, and on the other side we got Cameron Vesey, Lightning, and Jason Thunder. And we're going to pre-book the match here. So the other match we're going to pre-book, because like sort of these like main card things, not main card, but like Sean McFly is going to take on Christian Price, Shooter Sean Dealey, and our friend, your friend and mine, Rivera. So we'll pre-book that. And then the other thing we need to pre-book. Actually, yeah, we'll probably set up this stuff officially tonight in our first show. And we'll like set up the rest of the stuff, like a lot of this stuff tonight. Okay, that makes sense. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually, because there's nobody currently in the chat really, which is unfortunate, but hey, whatever. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to stop the stream for about like probably a minute or so, because I want to put this up on YouTube, and I don't want a 3-hour thing on YouTube, even as much fun as that would be. So I'm going ahead and stop the thing for a minute, and then I'm going to restart the actual stream, and then we'll go from there with the actual first show of the night.